it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel. How do you like my makeup? Just kidding, it's not done. Okay, I know I'm like super behind in story time. Cut me some slack. This week has been like super busy. Instead of like even talking about it right now, I think I might just make a video on it because I have some very exciting stuff to share with you guys. But I'm going to wait until next week to do it because I have a meeting with, I guess it would be my attorney. That's so weird to say, on Friday to go over some stuff. So I don't really want to like talk about it until like, yeah, you know, like next week. So anyway, we'll talk about that next week. Another question I have while I'm like thinking of it, what do you guys want to see? Okay, everyone is so confused and it's my fault because I always confuse people. Last month I did a Jeffree Star giveaway. I picked a winner the same day that I put up the new one. I picked a winner on March 1st. The winner gets DM'd. That's how I do it now, just because I'm not into drama at all. Don't want to cause any issues. It's just easier this way. So then I started a new Jeffree Star giveaway. That's what's going on right now. The winner will be chosen on April 1st. And then on April 1st, a new giveaway will go up. What do you guys want to see as that giveaway? Drop some suggestions down below. But anyway, halfway done with my makeup. I have a friend coming over. I'm going to do a look on, so I don't know when I'm ever even going to get this story time out. Probably not tonight, probably tomorrow. I'm sorry. I suck at life. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get ready while I do my story time, even though I really hate doing that, but I just like have to because my life is in shambles per usual. What do you guys think of this weird eye look? I swear to God, I was gonna do, this was supposed to be simple, no eyeshadow. This is what it turned into. How does that even happen? No eyeshadow to this? How does that even happen? Can somebody answer this for me? I'm totally nuts. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna try to do makeup and talk about giving birth. I mean, like, what better subjects, you know? Okay, so here we go. I left off when I went into labor last time. And another thing I wanted to say, I do want to start doing more tutorials. It's just so hard to fit all the videos that you want to do in. Guys, let me know what you would like to see as a tutorial. Would you like to see a cut crease, an eyebrow, a foundation? Like, tell me what kind of tutorial you would like to see. I'm very interested in knowing that. Drop that. Also, just tell me your whole life story down below, pretty much, is what I'm asking for. Okay, anyway. I keep wanting to talk about the makeup that I'm putting on my face rather than tell my story. It's just like so hard for me to multitask. But anyway, so I cut my ankle bracelet off at midnight on September 27th and September 28th, 2014, I had my son. No, I cut it off on the 26th because I went into labor on the 27th and then I didn't have him until the 28th. So I said I'd cut it off. I was all excited we were going to do something. I sent Sean to work, okay? Sent Sean to work. Jump in the shower. My mom calls me. She's like, I think, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm fine. In the shower, I realize, oh my God, I'm having this baby. I get out of the shower. My mom is standing on my doorstep. And I'm like, thank God you came over because, like, I'm in labor. So we're, like, discussing it. You know, I've never had a baby. She really only had me. But we're like, you know, what should we do? The contractions weren't super close together. So we're like talking and we're deciding like that we're gonna head over to her house from like my house. And because she came to my house and I was like, I'm really hungry. Can we get a pizza? Should we go order a pizza? And my contractions start getting worse while we're waiting. And like we get it home and my mom's like, whoa, slow up on that pizza, Natalie. Like you're gonna be like sick. Like, while you're having this baby, you don't want to eat like 10 pieces of pizza. And I was like, yeah, but I'm hungry. So I eat my pizza. My contractions are getting worse. We head over to my mom's house and we call the hospital. And I'm going to end up having to stop because I know I can't do both of these at once. So we call the hospital and they're like, well, how far apart are your contractions? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I've never had a baby. Like, how do you measure something that exact? Like, I don't know. I was just so flustered. I'm like, 9 minutes. And the doctor, who we're not going to get into, I'm sure one day he'll see this because I went to school with I went to college with his son. And yeah, I noticed you deleted me off Insta. All right. Am I going to include this? I don't know. We'll see. Wait till you'll hear. Okay, so I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, well, don't come in. This is word for word. Yeah, don't come in. We're just going to send you right home if you come in. You're not having the baby today. You're actually probably not having that baby till Monday. I'm like, okay. So my contractions, like, came so quickly. Like, it went from, like, 0 to 100 real quick. And I guess I was scared. Like, he was the doctor, so I was just listening to him. Well, like 10 minutes later, I think I like tried calling back and they still tell me not to come in. And at this point, I'm laying on the floor, like doubled over in pain. And my mom's like, that's it. And I had already told Sean, like, I think I'm having the baby, head home. So he was heading home on the bus. My mom's like, that's it. I don't care what they say. We are going to the emergency room right now. So I'm like, Sean, you need to hurry up. Like, I think I'm having this baby. So we're like waiting at the park and ride for Sean, okay? He's taking forever. I'm like dying in the car. I'm not kidding you. When I got there, my contractions were like 30 seconds apart. This is no joke. Like, they were that close by the time I got there. So Sean is like, oh, I'm getting Subway. And I'm like, well, I'm having a baby. Like, what do you mean you're getting a sub? There's a baby coming out of my vagina in a car right now. Like, get your butt here. And now that I think back, it had to do with the using. He was not getting Subway, but that's another story. So he gets there. I remember him sitting in the back seat. I'm like kneeling in the front seat, holding his hand, screaming. I get there. Sure enough, I'm having that baby. Listen to this. The doctor, the amazing doctor who he is, which I just had an issue with him. I will officially never see him again after how he treated me a couple months ago when I went. But that, we'll get there when we get to that part of the story. But this is like 4 years ago now. Oh my gosh, 3.5 years ago. This was one of my first dealings with him. So I get there and they're like, yeah, doctor left. You're going to have to wait for him to get back on the premises before we administer your epidural. Okay, so I find out that the reason he told me not to come in was because he had just delivered a baby and he pretty much didn't want to work and he was trying to go to a soccer game. That's actually what happened. So I sit there and wait for hours. When I say the pain was so bad, you have no idea, and you'll see why when you hear Sean's measurements. So he finally gets back. Yeah, he finally gets back because that was when they administered. Yeah, so he gets back, sits down on my bed in his soccer jersey, and pops my water. Just, hey, what's up? Hi, sorry I made you wait for hours. Sits down in his soccer jersey, could care less, pops my water because my water didn't pop on its own. All right, so there we are. We're rolling. Nope. My labor was, we got there sometime early Saturday afternoon. I didn't have that baby until Sunday at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was in labor forever. When I say I was in labor, I wasn't just in labor. I was pushing that long. I swear on my life. I was pushing for a solid 8 hours, no exaggeration. Like nurses were changing shifts. Like, it was terrible, okay? They measured my stomach. They told me the baby was no more than 5 pounds. They pretty much were treating me like, well, you're not pushing. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm pushing. I don't know if it was because I was on Subutex. They were thinking I was just trying to get them to up my epidural. Like, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. They kept putting my epidural down because they were like, you can't feel anything. You're not pushing. I was like, yes, I am. So it got to a point where I was literally passing out from the pain, like hanging over the bed, not even throwing up, but just like spitting. Like nothing was even coming out. Like I felt like I was dying. I was screaming. And I know I'm an addict, so people are like, oh, well, you're intolerant to pain. In situations like that, I never complain, ever. Like, I am so just, it has to do with like my shyness, my internal shyness. Like, I don't complain in situations like that, and my mom knows that. And she pulled them aside and she said, listen, you need to up her epidural right now. I don't know what's going on, but something's wrong. I was begging for a C-section. They were like, you don't want to do that. I was like, I don't care. Just get this baby out. Get this baby out. I can't take it anymore. My mom told me they were prepping the room for a C-section. Well, after all of that pushing, they had to do, you know, an episiotomy. They had to cut me, and then they had to suction cup him out. So that doctor, see, this is why I'm confused. I feel like there were 2 doctors there during my thing, but I don't know. Anyway, so they get him out, and I remember staring at him and going, that's a 5-pound baby? And they're like, no, he's 9.5 pounds and 22.5 inches long. I should insert a picture, actually, so you can see. They're like, that's why you couldn't get him out. Ha! I'm like, are you kidding me? How did everybody get it wrong? Like, I was measured multiple times, like that day, other appointments. When I tell you, if you would have seen me, and I have to insert pictures, my stomach never dropped. Like, my stomach was big, because looked big because I was small. My stomach never dropped. Even when I was in labor, I did not drop. He was almost just like up here the whole time. And when you measured me, like, it just wasn't out very far. Like, I guess when they were measuring it, he seemed like a small baby. He was like all like pushed back inside of me. And I don't know. It was so, okay, I get off topic, I'm sorry. So I had him, and I remember just being so exhausted that when they set him on me, I was just like, you see all these commercials of these moms like, oh my God, I'm crying. And I was like, is something wrong with me? Why am I not crying? Like, I was so exhausted, I could not do anything. Like, I could not do anything. And I remember like going to my room. I stayed there for 5 days because I was on the Subutex. He had no withdrawals at all. And I'm not lying, like nothing. I'm so blessed. I really tried to not take a huge dose, so I think that helped. But yeah, I was so blessed that he had no withdrawals. The nurses, I was so scared because my Subutex, the nurses could not have been nicer. They treated me just amazing. You have no idea, like just so amazing. The situation was great. Sean, now that I look back, Sean was like falling asleep, and when we did our pictures of us in the hospital, Sean was like sitting in the chair falling asleep, and I was like, how was I not knowing? Like, okay, at that time, yes, I had done heroin and all that, but I don't think I got bad after he died. Like, now I could pick anyone out a mile away. Then maybe I was still a little naive, even though I had a lot of years of drug use under my belt. Maybe I was naive to the super hard drugs. Like, even though I had started doing them, there's just this something that happens. If you are in addiction, you'll understand there's this like threshold that you cross at a certain point. This monumental moment, but not good monumental. It's like a bad monumental moment. I don't think I had crossed it yet. So it wasn't totally all the way there. And I don't know. I believed him, I guess, that he was tired, or I didn't want to deal with it. I think maybe I knew I just didn't want to deal with it. And when I look back at the pictures, like, he looked really sickly already in those pictures. Like, he wasn't doing well. But, yeah, my hospital stay was amazing. I think I'm just gonna tell that part, like the labor thing now. And, yeah, we'll continue next week, but, sometimes it's just hard to, like, just keep going with the story. But yeah, I know I asked those questions in the beginning. What would you guys like to see as a giveaway, and what are some tutorial videos you would like to see? Let me know. You guys know the drill. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and head to my Insta to check out my giveaway that's going on right now. Other than that, I will see ya when I see ya later on this week. Love you. Bye.